Hi, it's Simon Kensington, and in this video I just want to look at the question of keyword research for local businesses. Often find that it is overly complicated, or made to be overly complicated. People go down rabbit holes with research, trying to find all the different possible combinations of keywords that somebody might use. And I think in truth, from looking at a good number of sites, that usually there are just a couple or a few pages which send the majority of traffic to a website, and those pages are usually fueled by just a few keywords. And so you can go down a rabbit hole with long tail keywords, and you can try and create page after page to try and capture that trickle of traffic, but at the end of the day you're probably better off focusing on making sure that your main keywords that are driving 80% of your traffic are as well optimized as they possibly can be. So let's take a niche that I'm familiar with from the past, and that is the computer repair niche. So let's just have a look at a fairly big town in the Midlands near where I am. And so this is really how I start off with looking at keyword research for a particular niche. So I just do the main few keywords. So computer repair, that's one of the main keywords. You've also got things like laptop repair. It's probably better to do it in an incognito search. So let's just do that to make sure I'm not skewing any of the results. So let's do computer repair Northampton. Let's do another tab, and let's do laptop repair Northampton, and then we can do things like screen repair Northampton. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is there's a plugin for Chrome, which is this one here, which is GS location changer. And so what you can do with this is you can make your browser think that you are in a different location. So we'll just do Northampton, we'll turn it on, and now we'll just do computer repair without the geo modifier, and laptop repair, and we can do screen repair. Now really I just want to look to see what the difference is. So this is as if somebody is in Northampton searching, and you can see here that my browser thinks I'm in Northampton. It's not foolproof, but it's as good as you can get without actually being there. And as you can see, we've got some Northampton based sites in here, and you can check just to see you should start to see the area in the title and the meta descriptions, and you can see that you've got local GMB listings here. So really what I want to do is just look at those top sites that are local based and pull those out. So I've got a list of competitors, if you like, and so you can see here that there is a difference with laptop repair as opposed to so computer repair man. So we've got laptop repair and computer repair. Computer repair, he's still number one. So Google is, to a certain extent, it looks like combining these two search terms together to a certain extent. So we've got the same sorts of sites coming up for both terms. So when you're thinking about the primary questions, do I need to have separate pages for these terms? Yes, you probably would be better off having separate pages because they are separate searches, but and this is where you need to kind of look at the data going forwards, because what you might find is that if you have two pages, one for laptop repair and one for computer repair, that in the same way that these two searches are showing the same sorts of sites, you might find when you look at your search console sort of 3 months down the line that those two pages are competing with each other, in which case it's probably a good idea to look at the one that's getting the vast majority of searches and seeing if you can better optimize one page for the two terms. And you might find that laptop repair is a subsection of computer repair, in which case if you have your main computer repair page and you write a couple of paragraphs about laptop repair and you include the main term here in your H2s and H3s, and you include the right entities on the page and the right supporting content linking back to that main page, that you may well be able to get away with one page that ranks really well. So, and then when we look at computer repair Northampton, we can see that again, where we're using the geo term but we're not actually in Northampton, we're getting the similar results. So this Alex PC repair comes up, this Northampton computer repair, this computer repairman's doing well, and you can see that the sorts of pages that are ranking we've got here. This is an inner page. You can see here that this is just like the home page. This one here is an inner page that's targeting Northampton computer repairs. And when you're looking at site structure, you can see that they've got, Alex PC repair is a partial match domain, and here they've used Northampton computer repairs. So if we did a search for PC repairs Northampton, we'd probably find that this still comes up because of PC repair in the main domain. So what I would do is take out some of these domains and just analyze what keywords they are ranking for. And so, is this guy just working in the Northampton area? Let's go to the home page and take a look. Right, okay, so this looks like it's I don't know, maybe a franchise site or something else. So when I'm looking at this, I wouldn't use this particular page when I'm looking for local keywords. I would use the page here. So let's use that example. So copy, and then I would go over to, and there's a few tools that you can use. Keyword Finder is one of them, and you can search by domain. So you put in a domain and it's in the UK, and so we can find the keywords. You can use SEMrush. I don't have a subscription to SEMrush, but you can use Ahrefs. I have a subscription to Ahrefs. But you can do your research. If you can find, I think with Ahrefs you can get like a $7 7-day trial, so you can get the data, just cancel the trial SEMrush, I think you can find 14-day or 30-day trials from some sources. You can get a coupon, so you can try it, do your research for a month for free using premium tools. But whichever one you use, you're going to get similar sort of results. So what I do here is I can see that we've got 16 keywords, so I want to know what those 16 keywords are. So you can click on the organic keywords, and now you can see these are all the UK keywords that this site is ranking for. So I'd export those. And we've got here, you can export to a CSV. Okay, so we've now got 2 of these. And you're going to see that there's quite a lot of overlap between the 2 of them. So in terms of how many keywords, Ahrefs is giving you a few more. So maybe if you wanted to do one of the trials, it might be going for the Ahrefs, might give you more data to play with. And so essentially what I do is just go through and this is computer repairman. I create a Google sheet, and so this is, I'm going to rename this to computer repairman, and then I will import that. So file, import, upload, select file, downloads, and it's that one, open, and then replace data at cell, import data. Okay, so you can probably delete this first column. So you can probably get rid of history and the position history. You can delete those. Difficulty is good to keep. URL is also interesting because you can see which pages. Traffic description we don't really need. Cost per click can be interesting because it can give you an indication of how much people are prepared to pay for a click for that keyword. So it can give you an idea of what people over time have felt are the more commercial keywords, the ones that send the majority of traffic, and that are certainly worth bidding on. And so we can delete that. And then the last one here is SERP features, which is also interesting because it shows you sometimes which of the keywords are ranking for what thing. So for example, you might find that it's an image pack or a video, and so it can give you an indication of what you might want to optimize for to be able to outrank those things. So okay, so the next thing we'll do is to get another site. So we'll go back to one of our other, go back here and look for another one. So this is, we can open that up, and we can see that this is more of a local business rather than a national directory with local pages or a franchise site. So we can then take this page here, just copy that and go over to Ahrefs and do a site explorer and pop that in there. and we can see that this site is ranking for 2,500 keywords, so that's quite a lot. And so you see there's 1,800 of 164 are in the UK, which is interesting. But the majority are in the States. That may well be because the targeting's off and there's a Northampton in America. So it'd be interesting to see how many inquiries they actually get in the States, or whether they're just ranking, but they're ranking so far down there. Don't know, let's see what sort of positions. They're ranking quite well for some of these. So there's Northampton, Massachusetts. So it will be interesting, and I think this is one of the lessons that we can learn from local keyword research, is that when you go down that rabbit hole of trying to find all those different keywords, you know, I've obviously written a blog post about this. Now you have to ask yourself, how much business is this going to generate you? You know, this is ranking number 1 in America for a keyword volume of 30. So is that actually going to send any traffic that's going to want to take you up on your services? Now I know, you know, a lot of services, computer repair services, can be done remotely, and so, you know, it doesn't really matter whether you're in the States or in the UK. But you know, when you've got a trust issue, does somebody want to work with you more locally? You know, do they want somebody from overseas logging into their computer? So, you know, that would be an interesting thing to keep an eye on in terms of inquiries. You know, where it is where remote is a potential solution. You know, how many are you closing from overseas? So, you know, your marketing can keep track of that. But, you know, there's lots of other things. You know, you can write about loads and loads of topics, and you can get loads and loads of rankings, which is great for your ego. But how many of these actually send traffic to your site so that you can conduct a repair? That will be the question that you need to ask yourself when you're considering the amount of time and energy that you put into creating all this content. So let's just go back to the UK keywords and see what these guys are ranking for. Right, okay, so now this is their UK keywords. Now the ones that are going to send them business are things like computer repair Northampton, computer shop Northampton, laptop DC jack repair, computer repair shop. These are the sorts of money keywords. These are buyer intent keywords: DC jack repairs, PC repairs, Northampton computer services. That may or may not be, depending what sort of services you're looking for. It's a bit broad. Laptop DC jack, you know, power jack repair, LCD screen replacement. You know, these are terms that are going to send or create repair jobs, and these are the sorts of things that can't be done remotely. You need to send in or bring in your device so that you can have these repairs carried out. So looking at all of these keywords that they're ranking for, you know, the vast majority of them have nothing to do with selling the services. So just bear that in mind when you're analysing what sort of keywords, and you want to focus on the ones that are actually sending in traffic. So you can switch by this. So you can see where they're getting the majority of their traffic from. So they're getting, computer repair Northampton is one of their biggest keywords. It's probably the head term. And then you have, do phones have IP addresses? We're sending them 7 visits, but it's not going to send them much in the way of actual jobs that pay money. So just bear that in mind when you're looking at these keywords, and focus on the buyer intent keywords. The other thing that you can do, if you've got a site that's ranking on a lot of keywords, then you can include the location. So you can then filter by local keywords. And so just want so now we've got a list of all of the Northampton keywords. So if you're looking for what sort of keywords are going to bring in traffic for me locally, then this gets you quickly to that list. So we can export this, and we can be fairly safe that this is actually just pretty much where we need to start. This is what one of the sites that's ranking most highly in Google. These are the keywords that they're ranking, the local search intent keywords. So they're probably the ones that we should focus on. So we can export those, and then we can go over to our Google Sheet, and there's this Northampton computer repair. So we can just name this sheet. So this is local keywords for Northampton computer repair. And so we can file, import, upload, here, open, replace, import. So we can do the same thing, we tidy this up. Don't really need history, volume and URL are important, difficulty is important, traffic description, don't really need that. CPC is useful to have, and cert features, or the ranking features that which ones are showing up. So here we go. We've now got 2 lists of keywords that we can organize for our own site. And so the more that you do this, you'd want to go to maybe pick 3 or 4 local sites that are ranking for that term, and then maybe the other. So maybe you want to do it for take the top of these and say, okay, well, let's do the same exercise for computer repair, for PC repair, and then maybe for laptop repair. If you service iPhones, then you could do another search for those, and then just keep adding these lists of keywords to your sheet, and then very quickly you'll see that you have a few of the same keywords repeating themselves over and over and over, and you'll see that they're also ranking for the same pages. Like this is mainly ranking for the home page. So you can also look at the insight, look and get some insights from this, and say, computer repair Northampton and computer repair Northampton, does the plural have more volume or whatever? But as you can see, clearly Google is taking this as 2 separate searches, because this page is ranking number 4 for computer repair, but for computer repairs it's only ranking 11th. So and according to this, the volume is the same. So arguably, it doesn't really matter. But if this is a potential 300 volume search, because you combine the two together, then you'd want to be ranking, for the same as as high as you can for each term. So you can look at this page and see, well, why is it not ranking as well for computer repairs as the other one? And so if we do a Control F and do computer repairs, we can see that there's no plurals on this site. There's no computer repairs. We've got it on its own, but that's only as part of a hashtag, so it's not really an individual word. So I'm pretty sure that if this site was to add in another title, like an H2 or something, computer repairs in Northampton, computer repairs in whatever, that would then help this page to rank as well for computer repairs. And in this text, you want to add in computer repairs. I'm pretty sure that if this site actually added a fair amount of content to the homepage, they could rank an awful lot better. So looking at these keywords gives you an idea on what you're missing out on potentially, and how making just a simple change to your page by adding in that phrase, you could potentially find your ranking much better, and then you're getting double the amount of search volume, potential search volume. And so what I would do next is, once I've consolidated my list, I've gone through and I've added all of these, let's say I take all the local ones, the ones with local intent. So I take all of these local intent keywords, I will then put them into Excel, and then I would do a deduplication, and that will give me a singular list. So we could probably do that now. Just Control C. Let's put a new tab here. So we've got these, and then let's take this one, copy, paste those, and then we can go to data, remove duplicates, just from column A. Okay, so we found 10 duplicates and removed them. So this has now given us our definitive list, so we can, let's just Control C,